Hello and welcome, Pisces. So, Pisces, how are you doing? How are you all doing? So let's see what is your energy for the month of July. Using the same decks as I did before. Let's see what is coming up for you guys. Whoa, for the month of July, we have I Am Kali, From Death Comes Rebirth. So you guys are going through a transformation this month, which is nice. Let's see now. So you guys are going through a really good transformation. Let's see what that's about. What's it towards? Is it, career, life, family, love? Who knows? It could be anything. So we'll see what it's about. And yeah, go from there. Queen of Wands. This is coming up a lot, the Queen of Wands. She's very dominating all the readings, but now she's the energy. For water signs, she's just coming up a lot. Like, I'll shuffle that and she'll just pop out or whatever. So we'll see. So she means, like, she's very friendly, she's loyal. So you're going through this transformation to become this Queen of Wands, to get things done. So you're getting things done this month. So we'll see what's this transformation about as well. So we're going to go past, present, future, 9 cards. And then we're going to do emotional support and energy. So let's see. King of Cups for the past. Mature man in your life. 6 of Swords, travel. Maybe you're traveling overseas for this King of Cups. Or you had a long distance to travel. Queen of Cups. Okay, so this king is a mature man in your life. They're very emotional. They're very connected with their heart more than their head. The 6 of Swords shows there's a lot of travel, so maybe this King of Cups has to travel to get to this Queen of Cups. Has to travel overseas to get to his bride. Makes sense. The Queen of Cups, though, is the most motherly figure in the court cards, I find. She's very emotional. She wears her heart on her sleeve. She is very attuned with her emotions. And in the sense of the king there, they are counterparts. Like, they're both very compatible with each other. And given that they're both water signs, this makes sense because you guys are Pisces and you are water signs. So for the king, he's fair. He's he believes in creativity and intelligence. Like, he believes that that's the key to things. Like, he's attracted to people who are creative, like the Queen of Cups, who is beautiful. She's fair, she's honest, and she's devoted to this king. But with that 6 of Swords, it's also another sign that you are transforming. So either that you can relate to the king or the queen in this scenario. This is the past, or these are outside people who were in your life in the past, or in the recent past. It's not like that far back. So these are people who've guided you. We have the Knight of Pentacles as the present. Page of Wands. And a Page of Pentacles. A lot of learning. I just want to see what was that 6. I should have done this before I jumped onto the next bit. I want to see what that 6 of Swords is on about. The Devil. That Devil's coming up so much. I'll shuffle these countless times before I do the next star sign and they'll just come up. So this is this is very deceiving, you see. The 6 of Swords is all about travel and change and going through a rite of passage. But maybe this rite of passage isn't what you expected, and you're being not deceived, but you were being deceived by your heart and being up on cloud 9 rather than being realistic about it. And you're going through extraordinary efforts to get this. Like it's like selling your soul to the devil in the sense like you went through extreme chances and extreme changes in order to get to the Queen of Cups. And the Queen of Cups is like a devoted woman, so you become devoted after this change. See, from death comes rebirth. It's there. It's right there. So it showed you it already happened. You went through a really big change. And then presently we have the Knight of Pentacles, who is the slowest and steadiest of the knights. And he is very, he teeters along going, do you need money? Do you need a hand? He's there to offer you these things. And when you do, you could be this Page of Wands beckoning with good news for yourself, or someone comes along, and then you change your mind and go, I'm actually going to listen to that night and take his offer. But let's see what that's about. I want to see what else that is. Like, what's the knight's goal? With the Hierophant. So he's a very noble person, and he's very high up, but people go to him for advice by the sounds of it. So this is a knight who gets things done. He does things in his own pace, but he is very spiritual in a sense. It doesn't have to be mean like, oh, he goes to church every Sunday. It could mean that he's just very attuned with whatever spirituality or religion he's in. And he doesn't have to be devoted in the sense of, I go every Sunday, I go every Tuesday, whatever it is. And yeah, so it just means that he's a person that people look up to. And with that Page of Wands, he brings good news to you, and you take that offer, because he's obviously offering you that pentacle. You take that pentacle. So we'll keep going. Why is that in there? That's the end card. And Two of Pentacles. I just took the next one because the end card was in the deck. Page of Pentacles and the Two of Pentacles. So you are taking this offer and you're learning to balance the good and the bad. You're balancing career and social life. And then for the future we have the Five of Pentacles. For the month of July. And then we have the Two of Wands and the Ace of Swords. You kind of see that. Okay, hold on. Tilt. Why are you so far? Why is it so far back? Oh no, I didn't realize we were off camera that much. So, in the month of July, you are struggling with money. Because this is a big change, and maybe you're still learning and not getting the pay you used to have, and you're learning to come to terms with that, and you're learning to come to terms with, you'll eventually get inside this church, if that makes sense. You'll eventually get in there. And we have the Hermit, and you have to do this on your own. So that knight only came in to give you the offer. He's not going to be there to hand you anything else. He'll give you advice, but he won't be there for you to solve this problem. You have to do this on your own. This is a thing that's happening in July for Pisces. You guys are doing this all on your own. And then with the Two of Wands, we see that there's a big choice that comes up. A big decision that's coming up for you guys. You pick, path A, path B, or choice C, D, whatever it is. It's not like a Seven of Cups where it's like, it's a choice you want to make, it's a choice you have to make. It's a big difference between those two. And you kind of go in a bit too heads on with it. With this Ace of Swords, you're very like, yes, do that. Do it now. I'm taking it. It's fine. And we have a King of Swords. And you find out, you go, it's my way or no way. This is my decision. It's not yours, it's mine. So that shows you where it's going. And then there's so you have transformed from a King of Cups to a King of Swords because of that oracle I pulled at the start. And the Queen of Wands, who was the other elaborator for that, she is, she's very friendly and honourable, so she's honouring this change. So the energy she's giving you is like, you honour this change, honour this authority that you're given. Don't abuse your power, if that makes sense. So now we're going to do the emotional support. for the present and the future. The past is the past, it's already done, you knew how you felt for it, that's what I do. And then we have, for the Knight of Pentacles and the Hierophant, we have Amari the Menihuna, Aloha healing. So you're healing. This is the time to go for, because the Hierophant's there, it makes sense. If it's a spiritual guide, or if this Knight of Pentacles is, business savvy, but also a kind of spiritual leader, it would make sense to get some healing advice from them. And it just makes perfect sense, really. You're taking that time to heal, you're taking their advice and learning from the best, really. Page of Wands is about, good news coming in, and we have dried flower fairy, sweet memories. So this is the kind, pages are always learning. They're students. And with that good news, you probably get something that makes you nostalgic, going, oh, I remember that person. Yeah, that was kind of a nice memory. It just made you remind you of something. Maybe it's something like that. And then with the Page of Pentacles and the Two of Pentacles, we have Winged Seer. You see clearly now, I was about to say, clairvoyance. So you get some clarity, like this is your calling. You're finally getting that clarity, like this is what you are meant to do. And you get that calling, and it's great. It's a great thing. And then with the Five of Pentacles and the Hermit, we have Nautical Princess, powerful personal growth. I love how this card comes up with the Hermit. I love how that happens, because you're growing as you learn. You're learning to manage your money really tightly, but you have to do it on your own, because no one else is going to do it for you. Like, you can't run back to your parents going, can you save my money for me? No, they won't do that for you. You're an adult, do it yourself kind of thing, And then with the Two of Wands, which is all about, a choice coming, it has to be made. We have Fairy of the Divine Hand, intoxication, distorted view, overindulgence. That kind of makes sense. Don't be blinded by the choice that is more ideal and attractive. Go with the one that is more, that's not attractive, going, that sounds amazing, but you have to do, there's a catch, obviously, Whereas, like, make the choice you have to make, not the choice you want to make. The difference between want and had, okay? And then for the Ace of Swords and the King of Swords, we have Sewer Mermaid. Your sensuality is beautiful. So even though that looks disgusting, like she's in a sewer, so even though the appearance of being like an authority figure is kind of not nice, because you're like, oh, I'm the boss, they have to do what I say. You're sensual, and you're still a person underneath all that, and that's kind of like where you're going for in the emotional sense. You're being driven by what's the word? I hate when you look for a word and then it won't come to you. King of Swords, authority. You're using that power in a sense to bring that sensuality back to yourself. That's what that meant. That's where I was going. For the energy now, you were using the Queen of the Moon Oracle. We have, what was that again? I think that was a Knight of Pentacles and the Hierophant. That's what it was. I couldn't remember the Hierophant. And you're healing here, and you're taking that time to heal. And we have Purity, which is the Snow Moon. So it's pure common sense that you want to heal with a spiritual leader. It makes sense. You want to learn to heal mentally, spiritually, physically. Not physically, because if you broke your leg, go to hospital. Okay, just saying. But yeah, like, you want to learn how to see the innocence in life again. Do like, rather than being, you lose your nostalgia kind of thing. You want to see the world as you did before you became an adult. It makes sense. But with he's offering you a career sense, and he's giving you guidance in that, and maybe he is spiritually attuned, you're healing and you become a pure piece of energy, like we all are. We're all pure bits of energy. With the Page of Wands and the dried flower fairy, you had sweet memories. The energy of that is self-love. So with the good news that you're given and those sweet memories, you kind of go, oh, I remember how I felt about myself back then. That was kind of nice. Do you know, like you kind of learn, wow, I actually did, like you get sweet memories of how confident you were with yourself and where you came from. Do you know? With the, what was it, Page of Pentacles and the Two of Pentacles, we had Winged Seer. So you were learning a new career path and you're learning to balance social life and work life and these decisions you have to make. And you get some clarity that this is your calling. This is what you want to do, Pisces. This is the thing where you want to do. This is the thing that you were reborn, like you have rebirthed yourself, given that Kali was telling you there, and you become very devoted with that. And then for the energy, we have fear. So even though you know what you want to do, it is scary. Everything is scary first time you do it. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with feeling fear, like feeling any fear. Nothing wrong with it. And then for the future, which is, this is the month of July, all this present, because it is July right now. We have the Five of Pentacles and the Hermit, and we had the Nautical Princess, Nautilus, I can never say that. Powerful personal growth. So you have to learn to save money on your own, budget yourself, and do it on your own. It's no one else's job but your own. And then we have the energy of change. So this is a good change for you. It's a good way to be independent. It's a good way to stand on your own 2 feet, you know? It's very good. It's all good. And then for, sorry, they're all jumping out at once. For the Fairy of the Divine Hand, where you were trying to make a decision of, you don't pick the one that you like. You have to pick the one you have to do. So if they're your dream job or dream choice, whatever it is overseas and you have to travel and move, you're like, oh, that's the downfall, but it's everything I want in a job and I can do it. Or you stay where you are, right? And this is just an example. And you get a job here, but it's not everything you want. It's just more ideal, if that makes sense. Don't be like distorted by the overindulgence of, oh, this job is closer and all that stuff, but in the sense of like, oh, I get an apartment and everything else as well, like if you're going overseas. Don't be thrown by that. There's obviously a catch, do you know? There's always a catch with things you want and different things for when you have to make a choice. Okay. Oh, hello. I'm going to go with this one. So with that, we have peace. You find some peace in that choice you make. You find your energy is that you make peace with the decision you've made. Because you had a time limit, maybe, you know, like everyone has a limit to what you have to choose. And then with the Ace of Swords and the King of Swords, we had the Sewer Mermaid, which was your sensuality is beautiful. So your sensual is like, I always get that mixed up with something else. Oh, a white feather just fell out the window. That's a sign. Sensuality, how would I put that? It makes sense. It's like you're caring, you're nurturing, but you're really attractive in that sense. So you're very magnetic. That's the word. You're very magnetic with this authority you have. And with that, you have faith for the energy. You need to have faith in yourself. You need to have faith in this role you play. And you need to have a sense of faith. A sense of faith. That's it. I was trying to look for another word there. So, Pisces, that is your reading for the month of July. So you guys are going through a massive change, big, huge rebirth. You're going through a change, and you're devoted to this change. You want this change to happen because it's for you and not happening to you, if that makes sense. So I'll leave that there. I'll carry on, and I'll see you all next time.